back to Reads and Threads. My name's Kate. Hello if you're new here, welcome back if you're joining us again. Today we're going to be going through my February haul. So this month I have gone slightly crazy, as you could probably tell from the thumbnail photo. I did a lot of shopping, and not just physically. I have still been shopping on my Apple Books account as well. So all up, I have purchased 31 books this month. So we'll go through them all now. I think we'll start with the physical ones and then move on to my Apple Books or any Audible books that I purchased as well this month. So for the last 2 weeks, I have been on leave from work. We had some of our cousins from Cornwall come to stay with us, which was absolutely great. But for the first few days before they got here, I just was setting up for them and decided to go in and give myself a day in the city. So I'm about 45 minutes on the train from the city where I live. So I just really felt like going in for the day and looking around and checking out the bookshops that were in the city, because I hadn't been there for ages. So I ended up going to 4. The first one being O'Connell's Bookshop, which is a secondhand book dealer that is actually in kind of an underpass between where the train sets you off and one of the main shopping strips. So in there, I did manage to find all 3 of N.K. Jemison's Broken Earth series. So I picked these up for $55 for the set, which I did look while I was there to make sure that that was a decent price. They were in really good nick. So I got the 5th season, the Odalisque Gate, and the Stone Sky. And I was just really happy that the whole set was there. I'm hoping that I'm gonna like them. I haven't given this a try yet. I did buy the 5th season on Apple Books last month. So if I wanted to, I can now read it physically or on ebook. I'd probably read it on the ebook, but I do like having the physical copy as well. I hope that I've picked up a really good series. I have seen other people reading these and enjoying them, so I do want to give them a go. So they have been added to my TBR and into my future TBR games. So at some point, hopefully I will get to those. The second shop I went to was Dimmicks in the city. They didn't have a huge amount of what I was actually looking for. I'd gone in to look for like special editions and that kind of thing. But I did find a couple of Nora Roberts books that I didn't have in the covers that I like. So the first one I picked up was Birthright. And this one's just a standalone. It's one of her crime, suspense, romance ones. I think I'm going to really enjoy that when I get around to that one. And I also picked up the first book in the Dragon Heart Legacy, which I did add to my 25 series in 2025. And then realized that I didn't actually own it, which I was fairly shocked about. So when I saw that and in good nick, I just thought, well, I'm just going to grab it because now I at least have it physically. So when it does come up in my game or I have a chance to get around to it, I will at least have a copy straight away that I can pick up. So I picked up the first one in that series. So hopefully I will definitely get to that this year, as it is on that 25 series in 2025 list. I then took myself down to QBD, which is another bookshop chain in Australia that have a store in the city. And I managed to find Becoming, which is the second in the Dragon Heart Legacy. So I picked that one up as well. They did have the 3rd book choice, but I really didn't like the cover that they had. It was kind of damaged on the spine. And so I just thought I can grab that one another time from somewhere else. But while I saw this one, I thought I'd pick that up as well, because I know I'm going to enjoy them and I know I'm going to want to read all 3. So I just grabbed that as well. And I just thought, I've taken myself out for the day, why not? I got really lucky while I was at QBD as well. What I am doing is reading along with Becca and the Books' catch-up book club. And so we're reading the Faithful and the Fallen series. And I was just about to start, or had already started possibly, the second book in that series, which is Valor. I had, when I started the first one, tried to get my hands on physical copies at the bookshops that were just around me with no luck, but I did come across Bella, so I was super happy. I did ask while I was there if they had any of the others, and she said even though he's a really popular author, they don't get them in very often. So I was extremely lucky that Bella, the one that I was actually reading, was on the shelf, so I grabbed that just so that I could follow along with the book. I am still only about 41% through. I have about a week left until the live show from when I am filming this before I have to have this finished, so I need to get cracking on that. But I'm hoping that I will have this one finished before the live show this time, so I can hopefully log in and at least participate a little bit with the live show before I have to go to work. Because I live in Australia, when the live show was on last time, it was at like 6:30 a.m. for me on a Monday morning. So hopefully I'll be able to see a little bit of it in real time, but otherwise, if not, I can just watch the replay later. But very happy that I have this one. I then went to another little I think it is a secondhand bookshop. It's in our Maya Centre, which is a big shopping mall in the city. And I can't think of the name of the book. I think it's like Pages and Turner. I'm pretty sure. I will flash up on the screen if I've got the name of that bookshop wrong. But I did find The Exiled Queen, and it was in decent nick. It was only $10, so I just thought it's the second in the Seven Realms series, and I don't know if it is visible, but just on the shelf above my Cassandra Clare, I do have the first Cinder Williams Chimer one, which is The Demon King. So I'm hoping that I really enjoy this series, and I just thought while I saw it, I might as well just pick it up, and then I've got it if I want to continue on straight away when I get to The Demon Child. And good nick, cheap price, so I just thought, you're coming home with me. I also have been constantly looking around at all the bookshops trying to find special edition copies and all that kind of special stuff. And they have released the second Powerless book, Reckless, in the fancy covers. So it's got very pretty pages, an extremely pretty foiled hardback, and then a reverse dust jacket. So it matches my purple one, which I really love, and I'm really hoping that I'm going to like this series because I haven't tried it yet, but I'm really liking these editions, so they looking great on my shelves. So I'm hoping that I am really going to like this series when I get around to it, and hopefully that will be soon. One of the places where I have been looking at all the books that are coming out is just Big W, which is just a general department store here. If you're not from Australia, it's similar to Target, and they seem to be having some really good books at the moment. And as I was looking around, I saw these and they're stenciled edges, and I just couldn't leave them there. The girl came up to me while I was looking at them, and she's like, oh, I've only just put those out, do you want to know the price? And I was like, well, you can tell me, but I'm going to buy them either way. So I did pick up the Songbird and the Heart of Stone, which is the Shadowborn Duet Book 1 of Carissa Broadbent even series. Now again, I haven't read any of these, but loved it. I hope I'm going to love the books when I do read them. And the hardback cover of this was just so pretty. I was so excited. I came straight home and FaceTimed one of my friends because I just had to show her what I had found. The other one that I did manage to pick up was The Courting of Bristol Keats by Mary E. Pearson. Again, gorgeous sprayed edges. Absolutely love them. The actual hard jacket on this one is just the plain red with some foil title, and there isn't anything on the inside dust jacket, but I just thought the sprayed edges were so pretty. They look great. I couldn't leave it on the shelf. It was just so nice, and I was so excited. And I do have them out on my shelves this way out, so I can enjoy them for a while. Whether they stay like that all the time, I don't know, but for now, every time I look at them, they're just making me smile. So absolutely love those. Over the last couple of days, I have gone back over to Colonnades, which is our local shopping mall, multiple times, and to the QBD store there, and I finally found a copy of Malice. So this was the first in the Faithful and the Fallen series, which I did finish last month. I just really wanted to have the physical copies of these so that I can say I've read along with the Catch Up Book Club and have these to kind of show for it and know when I look at them that I did that. So really glad I found this. I did end up asking about Ruin and Wrath while I was there, how likely it was that they would get them. She said that they have gone out of print, but they are hoping to have another set, hopefully mid-year. So I might not get the physical copies of the next two before I start reading them, but I have ordered them, so at least at some point I will own them. I will keep an eye out for the other two as I shop around, because I can't seem to stop myself from going into bookshops at all at the moment. So hopefully I will find them, but if not, I do have the two ordered, so I will definitely end up getting my hands on them. When I was looking at Malice, I also did come across the final book in the Dragonheart Legacies that I was missing, which is The Choice, and picked that up because this one had a flying spine. So happy now that I have this whole trilogy. So when I do get to it, I will just be able to go through all three, which is what I tend to do with Nora Roberts and why I don't like reading them as they come out, because I know I'm going to want the next one and just like fly through the whole trilogy at once. Those are the physical books that I picked up this month. Like I said, I do have a lot of others, so we'll get to those now. Okay, so let's have a look at Apple Books next. So of the books that I purchased this month, 15 of them were on Apple Books. So these are ones that I tend to have a look through the $4.99 or less sale a lot of the time and just find some really good bargains on here that just give me another way to be able to read. I'm really liking reading on my iPad. I think any form of ebook I would like. I don't own a specific e-reader like a Kindle or anything like that. So it's possible that I will look into getting one of those one day. And I had tried Kindle Unlimited on my iPad for a while, but I just had so much going on that I wasn't really getting the most out of it. So I did cancel the subscription for that for now, but always a possibility to one, get a Kindle or a Kobo reader or something along those lines and get that again later on. So of the 13 or 15, was it? I can't remember already. Anyway, we'll work our way through whatever the number was. The first one that I purchased was When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. This one I've seen talked about a lot. Some people have really liked it, some people haven't. I'm willing to give it a go. It does sound intriguing. I have of course added it to my TBR and into my games, so hopefully that will come up at some point and I will give it a go. The next one I bought was the first in a series, and I actually ended up buying the first and the second over the course of the month. So they were The Prison Healer and The Gilded Cage by Lynette Noni, and they are books 1 and 2 in the Prison Healer series. I have read some Lynette Noni before, and I'm pretty sure, if my memory serves me right, I did add those into my 25 series in 2025. I could be wrong. I might have made a short list. I really can't remember. I have to refer back to my video. But yeah, it is a series that I'm interested in getting to. I really enjoy the other Lynette Noni books that I have read. So those now are accessible to me. I then picked up the ebook version of Valor by Gwynne so that I could read along with the Catch Up Book Club for that, and got the physical copy of it later. So I'd already started the ebook when I picked up my physical copy. The next author I purchased 3 books from, and it was a bit risky. They were on sale, all 3 of them. I didn't, however, like the other book of hers that I have tried, and that is R.F. Kuang. I did try Yellowface and detested it. So I stopped reading that halfway through, and it has put me off for the most part reading anything else of hers. But a couple of my other friends said that I might actually like The Poppy War, which I was nervous to try just because I disliked Yellowface so much, and they said it wasn't the same. It's a lot different, and it is fantasy, so it is possible that I will enjoy that one a lot more than Yellowface. So I did pick up all 3 of the Poppy War series. So Poppy War is the first one. Then we got the Dragon Republic and the Burning God. So they're the 3 books of hers that I now have access to on my iPad. The next one I purchased, I was just looking around the sales and the books that had come up in that, and I found one that sounded kind of fun, interesting. It was on sale for like $1 or $3 or something really low. But I just thought, oh, I'll give it a go. It's even possible that the first one I actually got for free. I don't know. I can't remember. But it was called Dead Witch on a Bridge, and it is by Gretchen Galloway. And it is the first book in the Sonoma Witches series. So there are currently 6 books in this series at the moment. So I'm hoping it's just going to be one of those really quick, easy, fun reads. And if the writing's good enough, I will continue on with all of them. Otherwise, it was just a chance. It sounds good, sounds interesting, so hopefully I will enjoy it. The next book I picked up, I actually had a reel come up on my Instagram that Katherine Heigl did, and she was talking about how she was really eager to get the next book in this series and ended up accidentally buying the wrong book. And that is Artifacts of Verona series, book 1, which is The Trial of the Sun Queen. She just made it sound really interesting. I have looked into it, and it does sound like it might be something that I will like. So I just thought while it was on sale, it came up, sparked a memory of her video, and I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to give it a go. So I popped that one in my ebook options. The next one I picked up again was one that I have seen around but don't know a huge amount about, and that is Stacia Stark's A Court This Cruel and Lovely. Again, like the cover, I mean, they're very samey. A lot of these covers for a lot of the romantasy books that are out there at the moment, but I do actually really like them. The story sounds interesting. I just thought I'd buy it while it was on sale, give it a go, and if I like it, then I can continue on. If not, haven't really lost much. I then picked up 2 of Nora Roberts' backlists. So these were just out for $4.99. I have said before, I want to read all of Nora Roberts' backlist. I really enjoy her stuff. She's an easy to read author. So some of them though are a bit too romance for me. So when she was writing for the more Mills and Boon type books, but I will give them all a go. And if I DNF them, I DNF them. But the 2 that I picked up this time were Unfinished Business and Public Secrets. So hopefully those are good. If not, at least I've given them all a go. Then finally, as we got to the 27th of February, I did manage to get my hands on Rebel Witch, which is the second in the Crimson Moth duology, which I was hoping to get a physical copy of, but haven't actually seen it in any bookshop that I've been to over the last week. So I'm happy with the ebook. I will at least get to read it, and then I will keep an eye out to see if I can get decent editions of both books. I'm hoping that the conclusion to this one's going to be awesome. I really enjoyed the first book. I gave it 4.5 stars. It was just an awesome time, and I just can't wait to get to it in March and find out how it ends. So the last couple of books I did pick up, one was on a very big sale, which was only 99 cents, and I thought I'll give it a go. There's a fair few in the series. I think there was 4 or 5, and it's by an author called Amelia Shaw. It's the first book in the series, and it's called Stolen Fae. So looks interesting, sounds good. I'm hoping that it will be a good read when I get to it, and again, there's a lot in a series that I will be able to continue on with that if I like them. The last book I bought on Apple Books was a Rebecca Robinson book. I haven't ever tried any of hers. Again, I've seen her mentioned a fair bit online. And this book is called The Serpent and the Wolf. Like the cover, again, sounds interesting, right up my alley. So hopefully it actually will be a good read. And again, I'll have a new author to add to my list. Now, If you have been counting along, you're going to realize that I stuffed up at the beginning of this video when I said that I've actually bought 31 books this month, and it turns out I've bought 32. So I have purchased the last 4 Sarah J Maas books in the Throne of Glass series on Audible so that I could listen to those, as well as finding them in ebook version that I borrowed from the library so I can consume them anywhere that I go. And those are Queen of Shadow, Tower of Dawn, Empire of Storms, and the last one that I have to read now in the series, which is Kingdom of Ash. So I am looking to finish this series off in March, which will be awesome. And I'm just really excited to see how this series wraps up and how it ends. And I have just really been enjoying my time. So hopefully I really like the ending and I'm happy with how it's all gone. I feel like for the amount of books that I had hauled this month, this has been a really quick video. I have no idea if that's the case until I actually go in and edit it. I know I haven't gone into huge depth about any of the books. If that is something that you prefer that I do in these videos, let me know down in the comments below. I'm happy to read the synopsises if you want me to. I think a lot of them though, people will have already heard of. Some of them obviously are new. I've never heard anyone speak about some of them. So if that is something you'd like me to include in these videos, let me know. Otherwise, what books have you purchased in the last month that you're really looking forward to reading? I'd love to know. Again, if it's something that I haven't heard of, I would love to add it to my TBR list. If you want to stick around and you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help. And I would love if you would subscribe and see what else I've got coming out in the future. Either way, I hope that wherever you are just having an awesome day. See ya.